Fit in 15, and I'm Jen Ashton. Today we have a pulling workout for you. 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 12 exercises in total with no repeats. We're going to do all of our pulling muscles. So we're going to use our hamstrings, our glutes, our low back, our upper back, and our biceps. Let's get started with our warm-up right now. Let's get ready for a warm-up. So we're doing a pull workout today, so we want to make sure our hamstrings are nicely warmed up. So we're going to arch back, reach forward. We're going to be using our lower back, our upper back, our hamstrings, our biceps, and our core. While we're here, let's open up one side, come back, we'll open up to the other side. One more each way. Do a few arm swings. We're gonna kick our bum one way, kick our bum the other way. Bring a little warmth to our body here. Some good old-fashioned torso rotations to warm up our core. All right, let's get ready for our first workout. First exercise, some deadlifts. I'm going to use some heavier weights here for myself. So with a slight bend in our knees, our feet close together, we're going to hinge forward, keeping the weights close to our body. Come on back up. Hinge forward and back. Nice and slow on the way down, a little bit quicker on the way up. If this is too difficult for you, you can always use lighter weights. You can also maybe not come down as low, just a little bit of a hip hinge there. Come back up. This is a fantastic exercise for your hamstrings, your bum, and your low back. Great work. Up next, we're going to do a bent over row where we're going to alternate and then do both. Pick the weight that works for you. So with that deadlift form, a little hinge from our waist, we're going to row, row, and then both. Row, row, both. Nice flat back, one side, the other side, both. Keeping our shoulders back and down, core is engaged. One side, the other side, both. One side, the other side, both. If you find this is a lot of stress on your low back, you can take little breaks and come up in between. Awesome. Let's get ready for some bicep curls. I'm going to switch to a lighter weight here because we're going to do a 21. Show you what that means here. Okay, weights are at our side. We're going to come up halfway, come all the way back down, come all the way, then back down to half, then all the way up. A little tricky. So we're going to come halfway, back down, all the way back up, back to halfway, back up, all the way down. Halfway down, all the way up, halfway, all the way up, down. We're just working different angles of our biceps here. Time under tension is giving us the challenge. Great work. Let's get down to the ground and get ready for some glute bridges. So we are going to do single leg glute bridges, 45 seconds on each side. If you want to make this harder, you could throw a dumbbell on your hips You can put a band around your knees. For a lot of people, just doing single leg glute bridges on their own is enough work. If you need to make it easier, you can do both legs at the same time, or maybe half and half. So do half of the interval with one leg and then half with both. We're going to switch to the other side here. So my left leg is going to go down onto the ground. My right leg is going to be up in the air. Here we go. Doing unilateral exercises, so one leg at a time, is a lot more beneficial because we always have one side of our body that is stronger than the other side. So if we're always using both sides, it's easier for the lazy leg to cheat and not do the work. Doing one leg at a time is forcing this left leg to do the work by itself, which for me is a lot harder on this side. Nice work, your glutes should be feeling this, your hamstrings. Awesome, we're gonna flip over here. We're gonna get into a plank and we're gonna be pulling the dumbbell underneath us. So I'm in a plank, gonna pull it over, switch sides, pull it over. You're gonna have a little bit of a hip wiggle, but try to keep it controlled as you can. If you need to, you're gonna go down to your knees, or maybe you're just gonna hold the plank, either from your knees, from your toes, maybe from a coffee table, from a desk, you decide. 45 seconds, once through, that's it. We're pulling the weight across. Awesome work. We have 15 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna get another 30-second break just to catch our breath. So we have 30 extra seconds here. Grab a drink of water, catch your breath. Let's get ready for the next 6 exercises. We're gonna start with a swing. If you have a kettlebell, you can use it. I'm gonna use a dumbbell. So we're gonna be doing a swing. Heavier dumbbell, bum back, bum forward. Feet are wide. We're not squatting. It's not what we're after here. We're hinging back, hinge forward. Bum back, bum forward. You're thrusting with your hips. This is an awesome exercise for your low back, your glutes, your hamstrings. This one, we actually want to use momentum for this exercise. Swing. Not using my arms to lift the weight. It's all the momentum from the dumbbell swing here. Great job. Let's get ready for some dumbbell bicep curls. We're gonna throw in a twist and do it from a wall sit position. So I'm gonna get into my wall sit and I'm gonna do hammer curls. Hammer curl means that our palms are facing each other. So I'm not going this way. You could if you want, but I'm gonna have my palms facing each other. Bicep curl, working my legs here as well. Obviously, if this is too difficult, you can just come up and not do the wall sit. Of course, if you want to make it harder, use heavier weights or sit lower into that wall sit. Remember, we're only doing it once. Let's go. everyone. Up next, we have a bent over dumbbell fly. Working our rhomboids. So again, I'm gonna bend my knees, hinge forward from my waist, nice flat back. Coming up, squeezing my shoulder blades. I've got, I like to call them ballerina arms. So a little bend in my elbows, squeezing my shoulder blades. Working the upper middle back. So important for posture here, good posture. These muscles keep our shoulder blades back in tight for us. Remember, we only got one set. Make it count. Right. We're gonna move on to some balancing with a single leg deadlift in a row. Single leg deadlift with a row. That's what we got here. So my left leg is down on the ground, getting into a deadlift, row, come back up. Deadlift, row at the bottom, come back up. If you need to just take a step back and row, you can, or you can do the full balance, touch down in between. Lots of options here. Of course, you can always use a heavier dumbbell or a lighter dumbbell. We're doing all one side and then we're gonna switch to the other side. Kick that leg long and high. Challenge your balance. All right, let's switch sides here. I'm gonna hold the dumbbell in my left hand. My right leg is staying down on the ground. Same thing. Here we go. Deadlift, row, come back up. Deadlift, row, come back up. Nice flat back. We don't want to be rounding. Engage your lats. Pull your shoulders back and down. Breathe through the movement. You can always put your foot down in between each rep, or maybe it's just a step back in a row. Do what works for you. Lots of options here. Whew. My glute was feeling that one. Last workout of the day, we're gonna get down to the ground. We're gonna do a Superman raise. So we're laying flat on our stomach. We're gonna come up, make a W, everything back down. Peeling up, make a W, everything back down. Don't crank your neck up. Keep your gaze down. Keep your spine flat. We're working the whole back side of our body here. You can hold some light weights if you want to make it harder. Get that height. Great work, guys. Let's get ready for our cool down. We'll start by staying on the floor here. We're going to start off by doing a child's pose. Always feel good on the middle back. Stretch, stretch, stretch those hands. Maybe you're going to walk it out to one side. Get a stretch down your lats there. We'll come back to the other side. We're going to come up into a tabletop position. Thread the needle, the arm underneath. A little bit of a stretch through the mid-back. Come on up and we'll get to the other side. Stretch that mid-back. gonna stretch our hamstrings here gently. Switch sides. As always, you guys did great work today. Join me next time for another episode of Fit in 15, or you can always add this one on to one of our previous workouts. Stay well.